Hello and welcome back to another homework review. We are still looking at the pizza calculator because in the last explanation I talked about using my own variable for pi. I said pi equals 3.14. Now when talking with Bart and then also listening to Bart, I realized that using your own variable for pi isn't as accurate as using the math.pi pi when you're programming in Python when you make a .pi. I just wanted to say pi a lot. So what I have here is the pizza calculator, and this is the what your Python code might look like step by step. First, you have your comments for the name of the program and your name. Oh, and maybe the year. I have some items here commented out that I will uncomment later. But you can see right here for my variable starter pack, that's like a mic signature code thing. I always say variable starter pack. I say pi equals 3.14. So create some memory and name it pi, and inside of that memory, store the value 3.14. Then we do the usual. We get user input. I ask for the pizza size in inches, and then store that and say size equals int size. We do the same for price. We ask for the price and then say that price is equal to float price. So we've converted the size, which came in as a string, to an integer so that we can do math on it, and we converted the price, which was a string, into a float so that it reflects money, because money has decimals. You buy a pizza for $5.99. And then we crunched the numbers. You can also see here, like I pointed out in the other video, that I'm using comments not only to describe code, but also to create sections of code. So this is the input section. This is the math section. This is where we will use math.pi, and so on. We crunch the numbers. Radius is size divided by 2. Area is pi times radius. And there is more than one way to square a value in Python. I just like this way because, I don't know, it looks artistic to me. Because you have pi and then star and radius twice. And then I'm saying the result is the price divided by area to find out how much the pizza costs per square inch. And then we round the result. So while this program works, if I run it and I enter that we buy a 14-inch pizza for $5.99, it will tell us that a 14-inch pizza at the price of $5.99 cost 4 cents per square inch. This is using the pi that I created, 3.14. But there are so many other decimals. There are so many other values at the end of pi. I don't know why there's a t in there. I am exaggerating. So using just 3.14 is not as accurate as using actual pi. So let's see that in action. What we're going to do is uncomment import math. So now import math is activated. Remember that when you have a hashtag, anything following that hashtag is ignored by Python and read by humans. So comments are for people. Code is for computers. And for people too, because you have to read the code as well. So now we can use the math library. So let's scroll down to using math.pi. So let's uncomment that. Oh, no. We want to keep that comment because that's the section. What we're going to do is create a new variable called area2. And it is going to be equal to math.pi times radius instead of pi times radius times radius. Pi is the variable that I created. Math.pi is part of the math library. So this is going to be more accurate and have more trailing numbers for pi. We will then create another variable called result2, and that will be price divided by area2. And then we will also round result2. And I see that I made a mistake right here. Can you see it? I say result2 equals round result, comma 2. The mistake here, if I run this, this code will work, but there is a logical error or a human error. I want to round result2, but inside of my argument for round, I have result. Result may be very different than result2. So I want to make sure that I have the correct item that I want to round. So result2 equals round result2, comma 2. This means round the value that is inside of the variable named result, round it by 2 decimal places. Cool. So everything here looks legit, but we also want to see the values. We want to see the result of using pi, the pi that I created, and the pi from the math library. So the best way to do that, well, not the best way, a way to do that is to use the print statement. You can also print the value in REPL, but I want this to show up automatically. So I'm saying here, print, literally print, Mike's pi result, and then the value that's inside of the variable named area. Print math.pi, I should say math.pi's result, area 2. So we have 2 variables, one called area, one called area 2. We want to see the difference. And then over here, this was the default statement that I used to say that a certain size pizza at a certain price will cost a certain amount per square inch. And we will add another statement here saying, according to math.pi, the final result is, and we will see the difference. So let's run this program. So we hit stop, press run again to run the script. And let's try it again with that 14-inch pizza for $5.99. And right here, we can see the difference between using Mike's pi, 3.14, and math.pi, 3.14, lots of numbers on the end. Mike's pi is not as accurate as math.pi. With Mike's pi, the area ends up being 153.86 square inches of pizza. With math.pi, the area ends up being 153.93,804,002589985 square inches of pizza. So Mike's pi actually kind of, sort of steals pizza from you. I'm taking some of your pizza away, which is not cool. Unless you want to share your pizza, then it's cool. But in this case, we don't. We want to get the area, as much area of the pizza as possible. Now, when we round the final value, it ends up being the same because it's a small pizza. Let's try it with a larger pizza. Let's see what happens when we have larger numbers. So we navigate to the top and stop. And then we run the program again. Let's say that instead of a 14-inch pizza, we got a 140-inch pizza, and this one cost $59.99. Let's see what happens to our area now. Now, we're going to ignore the cost because we're getting that, the pizza ends up costing like fractions of a penny, which doesn't really exist in real life. But let's look at the area. We went from, with Mike's Pie, we have 15,386 square inches of pizza, but with math.pi, we have 15,393.804 and so on square inches of pizza. I mean, just look at the difference. 15,386, 15,393. So you're definitely getting more accuracy using math.pi. And this is just a quick example about accuracy when writing a program. And I hope that this quick review is helpful and that moving forward with the third and fourth and fifth homework assignments that you go through your programs or scripts in similar ways. If you have any questions, remember I have office hours, and I hope you're having fun with this class, and don't hesitate to ask me or your instructor for any type of assistance for any questions that you have. Thanks, and have a wonderful and awesome day.